Well, was Delta Airlines the money and the power behind a nonprofit group formed to fight a second regional airport in Paulding County?
That question is at the heart of a complex court case heading to the Georgia Court of Appeals. And senior Fox 5 I-Team reporter Dale Russell has been digging through those court records.
The battle whether to expand Paulding County's airport for commercial flights has waged on for years in Paulding County. And during the debate, the Committee to Protect Paulding County emerged, fighting the expansion. The Paulding County Airport, known as Silver Comet Field, is in court to find out who is behind the committee. Tucked inside a dense forest of Georgia pines, far from the hustle of the city, lies the Paulding County Airport, known as Silver Comet Field. It's small, with small planes. In 2013, that all changed when the Paulding County Commission took a surprise turn. They announced the airport authority had an agreement with Propeller Investments to expand the airport. Also, these small private planes could share the airport with these commercial jets.
I think they really pulled the wool over our eyes.
That surprise announcement, considered underhanded by many, touched off a wave of citizen protests, lawsuits funded by anonymous donors, and an aggressive campaign to kill the deal by a mysterious nonprofit group called Committee to Protect Paulding County. Who's that? The committee had its own Facebook page, but wouldn't say who was behind it. And by law, they don't have to. Silver Comet believes it was Delta, and that Delta was waging a secret war against a potential airport competitor. And they want Delta to admit that in court.
I have something that I would like to add.
The fight started here. 2 years after the surprise announcement, County Commissioner Todd Pownell dropped his own bombshell.
It's a resolution renouncing the support of commercial transportation.
His well-crafted Resolution 1501 basically pulled the plug on the commercial airport plans. Pownell told the public he and fellow Commissioner Vernon Collette wrote the resolution with no outside help.
Did lawyers for Delta or lawyers give you draft like that?
Absolutely not.
But according to court records, a Delta lawyer admitted that 90 to 95% of the commissioner's resolution was identical to draft resolutions created by Delta Airlines for Paulding County Board of Commissioners.
If you and Vernon created it, why would a draft you have be so similar?
That part I don't know.
In that same lawsuit, Silver Comet Terminal obtained copies of legal communications that showed even though Delta wasn't named in the suit, there were dozens of emails written to or by Delta lawyers regarding the airport dispute.
These are not junior employees of Delta Airlines. These are senior counsel. These are executive vice presidents. These are high-ranking corporate officials who are tracking very closely what's going on at this airport.
Airport General Manager Terry Tibbett says the logs, including numerous emails with a subject line like draft resolutions for Paulding County Board of Commissioners, should make it clear to anyone.
You believe the logs that you've seen mean that Delta's behind these lawsuits?
Do I personally believe it? Absolutely.
By law, a nonprofit set up like the Committee to Protect Paulding County doesn't have to disclose where the money comes from. It has a First Amendment right to keep financial donors anonymous. There's very little public information. Tax records show Chip Lake, a well-known local political consultant, seen here on his Facebook page, was the principal officer. Contributions, $228,000. The committee spent the bulk of its money on consulting fees for a company controlled by Chip Lake. In court depositions, Lake would not name his client. But outside of court,
and try to shape public opinion.
Chip Lake appeared on this business podcast, explained his job by giving an example of how one of his clients was an Atlanta airline fighting airport expansion in Georgia.
There is a major airliner in Atlanta, and I can't give the name of the client, but there are a couple different major airliners in Atlanta, and they are fighting an airport expansion for a regional airport on the western side of the state.
Man, I was shocked. I was really surprised to hear him say it. I don't know why he said it. Don't know if that's his client or not.
Terry Tibbetts is convinced he's fighting Delta. He just wants a fair fight.
Well, obviously, we would prefer not to fight Delta, but given that we're in this fight, we believe with Delta, we would prefer a level playing field.
Commissioners Collette and Pownell say they don't know for sure who is behind the committee, and it doesn't really matter to them because they feel the original expansion agreement was done in secret and was wrong.
I took up the fight because of the wrongdoing, and that's what I'll continue to do.
Chip Lake in later court records said he wasn't under oath in that podcast and Delta was not his client. Delta is not a party to the lawsuit but filed a brief saying it is weighing in on this appeal to defend, quote, our own right and the right of any other Georgia citizen under the First Amendment to engage in protected political activity. Dale Russell, Fox 5 News.